Hello, my name is Will, and today I'm going to be introducing to you an exciting project that I've been working on in recent months. So without further ado, let's talk about serotonin. So just before we get going, what I want you to have in your minds is that at the center of this entire concept or project is going to be the concepts of education and enjoyment. And what I wanted to do was actually take a moment to break down where the idea for serotonin came from so you can understand why that is the case. Now, I'm a PE teacher from Cambridge, and you can probably tell by my job title that I believe that physical activity is something that is absolutely essential to everybody's physical, mental and social well-being. And specifically speaking about young people, it is vital that they have, the best experiences possible of physical activity when they're younger, regardless of their backgrounds or their interest in singular sports, so that they can understand the benefits that physical activity can have for them later on in their lives. Now, what I'm going to be terming as old school PE, which you might be able to associate with maybe long blocks of one or two activities, or just purely single gendered classes, or maybe thinking about very overly competitive games or sort of invasion games used in order to predominantly benefit a small group of people and not the mass, unfortunately. It's not the way forward, and certainly not the way that I believe that PE could sort of impact everybody's lives. Now, when I was visiting schools during and after my training years, and also thinking about actually the research that I read, it became really clear to me that there was an identity crisis within the PE world, and unfortunately that there still is. But what it allowed me to do was to really start thinking, okay, well, if I was to create a curriculum, what might that look like? When I moved to Cambridge and I started working in Cambridge, I was really fortunate to start working with really like-minded colleagues who all believed the same things about the idea that PE really could be even better than what it is stereotypically viewed as. So it didn't take very long for all of our ideas to combine together, along with the use of student voice and a lot of planning and preparation, to create a curriculum and an extracurricular timetable that would inspire people to stay physically active during school and beyond. So at this point, you're probably starting to think, what's all of the relevance of this? Well, I have taken no greater pride in my work in creating a curriculum that I believe is purposeful and meaningful, and are going to allow every single student, certainly in my school, to enjoy physical activity. But I've started to think, as a result of this, how can I actually access wider members of society, so actually outside of the school walls? And this has led me to think, maybe I need to start thinking about education and enjoyment in its widest sense. Now, during this lockdown, which has obviously been a very challenging window of time for everyone around the world, what I've tried to take as a positive from it is the utilization of time, and actually the mental bandwidth that was being taken up by schoolwork has just been released just a little bit to allow me to sort of let my mind flow. And one evening, whilst I was laying in bed, the entire idea for this project actually came about. And that's because I was reminded of the fact that in every single day I talk to and interact with some of the most creative, talented people who essentially, at the core of everything, just want to bring some happiness and bring some positivity to the world. And I am someone who is motivated by positivity, kindness, happiness and education. So actually combining this energy and passion that I have with maybe the skills and qualities of other people is something that I think will allow for an amazing project to be created. So what this means is that a YouTube channel and a number of social media pages, which are going to be linked in the description below, are going to be set up. And on a weekly basis, a wide variety of content, including sort of original videos and original blog posts, are going to be published for you to enjoy or to be educated by. And these videos are not going to be limited to just physical activity. We're going to be exploring things such as fitness, such as art, such as cooking, such as music, such as a wide variety of professions. There really is no limits on this, which is one of the most exciting bits for me about this project. Okay, so at this point, I just want to say a really big thank you to every single person that's volunteered their time and their energy to help Serotonin get to the point that it's at right now. It's people like you that have inspired me to keep driving forward with this project, and hopefully it's something that does some justice for you. I also want to say a particular thanks to Ed Richards, Sam Marchant and Benbow Davis for the visual aspects of Serotonin, so the animations and the logo. You know, you created these really early on in the project or in the idea, and they've driven me forward because they're absolutely amazing. So again, thank you so much for that, and hopefully I can do your pieces some justice. And finally, I just want to say a big thank you to every single person that's been willing to get involved in a video on the channel. You know, there is some absolutely amazing content that I have to share as a result of what's been submitted, and I cannot wait to do so. So with that in mind, if you want to follow Serotonin's journey, please do subscribe to this channel. Please do follow our social media pages, which are linked in the description below. This is certainly going to be a learning process. It's certainly going to be a journey, but it's something that I'm extremely excited about, and hopefully it's something that's going to benefit you guys in the long run. So we'll see you in our next video.